Hey, are you here? Of course you are. Where else would you be? It's time for the Paul Leslie Hour. And today we have a special program, a review of Lee Greenwood 2024, live in concert. Here's Paul's take on the May 25th concert at Innovation Amphitheater in Winder, Georgia. Okay, Paul, are you proud to be an American? What do you say?
Why, yes, Dan, I am. And your question causes me to reminisce a little bit. It was the last thing you saw before the local television station signed off for the evening. Staying up late in the 90s, I'd always turn to this channel to watch the music video of God Bless the USA. I didn't know who Lee Greenwood was then, but understood why the station chose God Bless the USA to close out the day. It was the first modern song I can recall that undoubtedly stirred up patriotism. Having lived outside of the United States, my belief in American exceptionalism has grown through the years, even when there have been wrong turns. I've always been in awe of songs that endure. With God Bless the USA hitting 40 years old in 2024, I knew it was finally time to see Lee Greenwood in concert. I've wanted to see him, but delving into his catalog made me want to see him now more than ever. Lee and his American Spirit Band were performing at Innovation Amphitheater in Winder, Georgia, a city in between Athens and Atlanta. I'd never seen a show at this outdoor venue, and I've never encountered more accommodating facility employees. It would be an especially laid-back evening, as they seemed more prone to welcoming the audience instead of acting as enforcers, which is the case at many venues. With the sun still in the sky, Lee Greenwood took the stage with his musicians after a brief introduction mentioning his longevity and significance to country music. He opened the show with the insanely catchy Between a Rock and a Heartache that goes back to the early 90s. Lee Greenwood is 81 years old, and that's something he seems proud of. Some artists can be sheepish about their age, but I guess if I sounded that good and was that fit in my 80s, I'd be the same way. Maybe the road has kept him young. Greenwood is not a one-trick pony. Although it's true he performs patriotic songs better than anyone, just look no further than his American Patriot album. But if you're a country music lover, you know what a great country crooner and interpreter of songs he is. I'd put him up there with many all-time greats, like Charlie Pride, who I consider one of the best. Lee Greenwood's vocals never faltered. He took on song after song with increasing enthusiasm. Country music is about the human condition, the good times and the hard times, and he brought things to a more emotional place with Ring on Her Finger, Time on Her Hand, which he sang beautifully. Another highlight was Mornin' Ride, with Greenwood not a bit shy about explaining the double entendre, chuckling that it could have crossed the line with some in country radio. There were some interesting departures from country music. Lee sat down at the keys and knocked the state song, Georgia on My Mind, out of the park. That was perhaps my favorite part of the concert. It made me think maybe Lee Greenwood will make an album of old standards one day. He certainly has the chops. He also picked up the saxophone on the instrumental song Tequila and on Wind Beneath My Wings, a tune that has resonated with many singers through the years. It was a special moment to witness Lee Greenwood perform with his son, Parker Greenwood, on a few numbers. The concert ended with his song Celebrating America, and it was a spirited and uniting moment to hear Lee Greenwood sing patriotic songs live. It was nice of Lee to share the stage again with his son on the closing song, the enduring God Bless the USA. But sharing was a big theme that evening. It was great to share an evening with so many people who aren't shy about loving this land and will sing along to God Bless the USA. I looked around and saw everyone singing every word. A white man and black man got right up front to belt the song out together, arms draped over one another's shoulders. We need to be reminded that there are still lots of people who love this country and what it stands for. Today is Memorial Day. It's a good day to play that song. But I'd also love to hear that this review inspires you to go see Lee Greenwood. He's got dates scheduled across the country, from Oregon to South Carolina, so far through October 5th. It was well worth traveling to see him. You'll get a chance to see a country legend who also happens to exude a realness you just can't fake. Let me know if you go and what you think. Thanks for listening. God bless America, and you too.